Hey guys, I got another piece of Mookite here. This is a really pretty one. It's got some like tans and yellows and purples and reds and white. It's almost like a greenish color in there. These purples are really intense. So I'm gonna see if I can get a couple nice spalls off here and work this thing into a biface. I definitely want to try to get some usable spalls, so I want to try to take some nice big flakes. Trying to look to see if there's any fractures or seams that I need to look out for. Looks like there might be one in here. Maybe a shallow one there. I think this crack is gonna be bad news. So I might go ahead and work the end of this thing off. Start in from this end. Of course, that kind of messes with my length. Let's see. See if I can get some spalls across the top here. Let's see, looks like somebody's hit it there already. Okay, so that gives me a little convexity there now. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful spall right there. Man, that'll make an awesome point. Look at those colors. Woo! I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. So now I've got a pretty good solid slab here that I can just start bifacing. I mean, I'm happy with that, getting that one big spall off there. That's awesome. I wouldn't mind getting a couple more, but I'm not gonna go too far out of my way to do it. I'd rather get a really nice, decent sized biface. I just have a feeling I'm gonna lose this end down here. Ow! Oh man, I totally missed that thing. That's the beauty of a flake there too. That was pretty awesome. I was able to remove that, all that crack and all that nastiness right there. So it looks like this might be getting healed now in here. I can't feel anything. So that's awesome. Awesome news. Man, this must gotta be the most killer piece of Mookite I've ever seen. I don't think it's even heat treated either. Ooh, sharp. Nice little flake of that greenish, brownish green color. I had no idea Mookite came in these colors. I always just thought it was orange and yellow. Oh boy. So I love this color back here, but I like this color over here a little more. I'm just going to work down into the center of it. I'm not going to worry about chasing the color too much. Lots of good flakes. Sometimes if you can just catch the top of a square edge like that, around like that, it'll be enough to run that flake around the back side enough to give you a good angle to come back on. I knew it would let go there. Definitely some pretty interesting looking stuff. So I got no way of getting at this mask back here from this side because this is over 90 degrees. So I'm going to have to try to come at it from this side, which I should be able to do. If I can lower this edge just a little bit more. I think I can get one right about there. I had to increase my back edge support to get that thing to release. Okay, I think I can do a lot of thinning from the end down here since I don't have much width here to work with. Might even be able to get another good flake off here. Broke all the pieces. That's another good flat one. go ahead and pop that corner off there. Start kind of freehanding it here. I tried to back off the light a little bit. Hopefully this turns out better than my last couple videos. I know the image has been washed out pretty bad from the light. Apologize for that. So I can't help. I want to work to this side and try to capture some of that color. I might not be able to do it, but I'm sure going to try. So I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of length just to bevel this edge down nice. I want a nice steep edge so I can really drive a flake the length of this thing. Well, it overshot. That was a little too frisky, but that's fine. I can get 2 more points now. Pretty much preserved all the length on this one. And I definitely preserved some of that color on this one. Let's keep going on this piece. Just getting rid of these delicate edges. I know I'm going to be grinding them before it's over with anyway. So this is my largest bopper. I'm going to step down. Actually, I'm going to step all the way down to this one. I'm going to play with this one for a while. That was a little thin. That was not bad though. Platform was really low, so I had to hit straight into it. It still stepped right there. Take this edge back a little more and open me up to get another flake in there. One up through there. So I've got a crack in here. If I make this in my base, that's going to probably end up somewhere in where my notches are going to be. So if I make this in my base, I can preserve this color, and I can work all this down, get rid of all that crack and all this material, make this in my tip. So I'm just going to square this off a little bit just to establish my base. Maybe I'll make an Adina out of it or something with a pointed base. So I supported that flake and was able to get underneath that little ugly one there. Clean that up. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to bend my way down. What you up to? What you up to, Noodle? Lazy bones. Okay, I gotta remember, this is my base, this is my tip. A lot of these flakes are stepping because I'm used to swinging that heavier mass billet. I'm not hitting it hard enough to carry them all the way through. Ouch. So I am going to step it up a notch. It's definitely nice to have some variety in your toolkit as far as different size boppers, weights, hardnesses. Typically, as a rule of thumb, for me, it's softer the material, it's softer your tool tip, but not everybody knaps like that. On off there. There's a crack in there. Was why that ain't wanting to release. There we go. I got in front of it far enough there. Okay, it's thinning out pretty good. Got some work to do over here though. These little short flakes, these edge turning flakes, are just as, if not more important than the big ones. I had to hit that thing on this side of that bump. still just barely released a little flake there. Might have relieved it enough where it'll go now. Yeah. So I got all this mass here. I'm going to work my way in and take a small flake to line me up a little better with this mass. Take a little one there. And support it well. Lay into it. Nice. Give her another wallop right there. And one more down here. Now I can come back, take this ridge, that'll thin it down even more. I wouldn't be able to do that if I hadn't spaced my flakes. So all I gotta do really is just make contact with this thing and it should take a nice flake. Beautiful. Just need a little blender there. Another little blender. Okay. Go ahead and bring this in a little bit. Start working on getting our shape. So maybe it will make more sense to make this our tip. It seems to be flaking okay down here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, you just gotta kind of have faith and let her fly. The more you do it, the more you'll get familiar with how it feels with the support, how hard to swing, and your accuracy will improve with time too. As long as you're setting up heavily ground platforms and edges, you don't really have to be 100% accurate. It always helps, but you guys, I'm sure you can see that I'm definitely not 100% accurate. Usually my first couple swings are out in the middle of the Milky Way somewhere. It's kind of part of my process, though. I get the feel for how hard I need to swing, kind of lining everything up. Come at this base from every which way I can to thin it out. It's thinning out pretty good. That edge was a little too high. I got it. Come on, baby. Okay. Thinning out pretty nice. Till you get a big step fracture in it. Work my way down here and see if I can get rid of that. I have to remove quite a bit of mass as I'm working into this area, or I'll never be able to take that with one flag. So that flake really went at an angle and kind of set me up. It raised this area of mass right in here. I'm just going to isolate that a little bit more. I don't need a real low platform because I want this flake to dig in and go deep. Take that with it. So here we go. Well, it actually got about half of it. Or a little more. Yeah, that took care of it pretty good. Should be able to get the rest of it from right here. Yeah. Alright guys, got it pretty close enough, almost close enough to a notch. I'm finding with a lot of these points, especially with the punch notching, that if I leave the base kind of rough and unfinished, and I go ahead and notch, I'm able to work my barbs and ears and base, especially with like dovetails and lost lakes and stuff. I've just been kind of making my way in the corners and running these punch notches, and then I'll come back afterwards and kind of clean up the base. This one here don't have too awful far to go to be ready to notch. There we go. A couple more up from the corner just because. Why not, right? Alright. That'd make a pretty E-notch, wouldn't it? Go with the old trusty horseshoe nail. If I can find it. There's one. Alright, so let's see if I can zoom in here. Do this in a way that you guys can see it. So I'd like to make either E-notch or a dogleg Thebes. So I'm just going to come up here, take a flake, just going to work my way in nice and slow with these small flakes. Nice. Once you get in there a ways, you can really lay into it and it'll open you up a little bit. Just try to start turning this up. Just don't really want to go up yet. Let's see if I can get one right. That was a nice one. Okay, I'm gonna leave that where it is now. It looks like there was a crack in here, and it either that or that flake stressed, and or just maybe it just ran into that mass and couldn't get out. It didn't feather out. Its hinge fractured in there, but that's okay. Like I was saying, I can clean all this up after I'm done notching. So I try to go in right about here. Super small bites right off the edge here. That'll get me going. I'm going to do a video on punch notching, just strictly punch notching, but I'm finding that the support has a lot to do with this too. A lot of times I'll use loose support. I'm finding it works better than tight support. Got it. Go ahead and take my big one there. So now you see this notch opening up now to match this other one with these larger flakes. I got my barb back on it. Ooh, that ain't good. There we go. Man, hate that when it crushes. Crushing bad. Nice. Okay, actually I'm going to stop right there. I'd like to get rid of the rest of that crushing right there. I think I can if I hit it right here. Kinda. Okay, let's see. Kind of looks cool with a big old fat base on it, doesn't it? Probably sounds much worse than it is. I'm not crushing the edges in there too bad. This one here has kind of got some crushing going on. I don't know if I'll be able to get that out of there or not. I've got a Aurelia, an undetached flake right here. If I could pop it out of there, I might be able to get another flake or two. I'm gonna do some pressure flaking here. I'm just using soft leather support. Seems like I can get a lot more control over the point when I'm holding it without that rubber pad. Just using leather. It really seems to make a big difference. Some things I do prefer using the slotted pad, but if you're using the leather, you can depend on that surface support when you want to. So I'm just going ahead and putting the left-hand bevel on this thing. If it's going to be a Thebes, it needs a bevel of some sort. Unless it's a big old fat first stage one. Notice I'm only flaking on the down on the one side. Not taking any flakes on this side. These are all percussion scars. think I can get another. Need to open the bottom of this notch up here a little bit. These Thebes are everything's kind of rounded off. This notch has got a little wide, but I think they still look okay. Still looks kind of Thebes-ish. Kind of Thebe. Feeling Thebe. I think I'll leave it right like that. There you go, guys. Got the Thebes from Mookite. Notch has got a little opened up, but still looks okay. I kind of still like it. The material is something crazy. I don't think that piece was even heat treated, and it is really nice quality. It could have been heat treated, I think. He said maybe a couple pieces were, but anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed that. We'll have some my next informational video and do a short one on edges. I might either do it tonight or tomorrow, so be watching out for that one. And that's it. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.